Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Hypothetical.
Uh,
I'm your.
where are we
What?
today?
What? No. What? Where are we today? Huh?
We're in Portugal.
Yeah, it's fun times. Apparently, there's a hurricane coming through.
We better get out of here.
Yeah, well, don't much like Portuguese people, anyways. But I just figured that was a gimme.
Edit.
For a guy who doesn't like a lot of people, you sure travel a lot.
No kidding.
Well, if you don't know, I am Hobbs, your main character in this story, and I'm joined as always by everyone's favorite side quest, Bob. How's it going, Bob?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm here. That says it all. Today's episode is going to be a little bit more about the video games, or as all the old timers call it, Pong. Bob, what's your favorite video game?
Of all time?
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking it's probably, I'm going to say Mario Kart 64.
Mario Kart 64, that was a good game.
It was.
I
can still play it today
Yeah.
with my dad
Oh, really?
and
Your
my
dad likes to play
son.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a whole intergenerational thing.
Yep.
That's
why.
Nintendo, bringing families together.
That's
Isn't that
why.
their
It's,
model?
that's why it's my favorite. It's like I can play it still. My dad can still play it. My son can play it.
Yeah.
Everyone in the family can play it.
And then your son can play it, and it'll be like this never-ending Mario Kart lineage. You'll be able to trace your family tree through your Mario Kart history.
There's no more Ancestry.com.
It's MarioKart.com ancestry page.
But yeah, nobody can beat me at it. I'm undefeated in that game.
You're undefeated at that game. Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds like a challenge. Well, I hope your son listens to this, and then he crams super hard, and then defeats you one day. Be careful what you wish for, because I used to play chess with my dad every single day until I started consistently beating him on a regular basis. He didn't want to play
really?
chess anymore. So if your son beats you on a regular basis, you're not going to want to play Mario Kart.
That's true.
So enjoy beating him while it lasts. If you can't do it physically, do it in a video game. I do it. Have you started playing that? Oh, I've seen you play the Mario Kart mobile app.
Mario Kart Tour. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty. I feel like I finished it.
Really? How far are you into?
Like I've unlocked all the courses. I mean, there's gonna be more, right? There's gonna be like a Paris
Yeah,
one.
it'll
and
never end, I
What
think.
else? But for now, I feel like I've kind of reached the end. I'm like a couple races away from 5 stars
Mm-hmm.
completion. But right now, yeah, it's competing with other people's scores for those rubies.
Yeah, I started playing it as well.
It's addictive.
I find the stupid rubies. I never get anything good from them. Like I never get any good characters or anything like that. That's just a complaint I have for like every game. It's kind of like a loot box, right? It's you get the odds of getting something, but at least you don't have to pay for opening them.
You know what you do? You get that gold membership for, was it 2 weeks? And then you cancel it before the 2 weeks because you get 2 free weeks.
2 free weeks and
And you unlock a ton of stuff.
oh, so Bob's hefty guide to cheating in Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah, if you don't want to spend whatever the $7 it is a month, which is ridiculous for
Yeah, it is
mobile
kind of,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, unlock the stuff and then cancel your membership
Yeah,
just before it ends.
let's not forget that this is just a mobile game. It's not even like an actual full-on Mario Kart.
Yeah, and there's not even multiplayer yet, so
Yeah.
it's not worth any price right now.
I did see a friends section you could start, but I don't think that's actually beginning. You can actually add friends to it yet.
You can add friends.
Can you?
Yep, I have 2.
But you can't race them, can you?
You can't race them yet.
Oh, okay.
By the way, you need to
So
add
what's
me
the
as a
point of
friend
that?
because I need to unlock a ruby. Or
Well,
something.
first we need to be friends first. Let's baby steps.
True.
Let's see how this works out.
But I like it. I like the game.
Yeah, Mario Kart in general is, I think, a fantastic game. I think it's the first racing game where you could like play with multiple people, like 4 people on the 64.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, for Super Nintendo, it was pretty good. You could play with your friends, but it wasn't like Forza or anything. It wasn't realistic.
No,
it's
just
it's
fun.
like a fun little game for kids who like to race. I guess there's a goal at the end.
Mm-hmm. So I got kind of far in that game in the Mario Kart Tour, and I was like, oh well, I should do something else. And I don't have a lot of games on my phones, so I got that Mario Run.
Oh yeah,
It's been out for a long time,
yeah.
and my son plays it, and I bought the extra levels for him, right, so he could have more to do in that game. and his account, like we have family sharing, right? So if I buy the app, he gets the app.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is you can't share in-game purchases.
Okay.
So I was all set to, like,
Buy it all and
get past this
yeah.
this world and then move on to the next one. It says no, you have to purchase it, right? So I'm like, okay, well, I clicked it, put in my login information to restore purchases, and it says you don't own this game. Or I'm like,
oh, that's nice of them. Yeah. I like how they're still trying to grab every penny they can out of you.
yeah.
But
So
I feel that's how Nintendo kind of works, though.
But is it Nintendo? I don't know if it's so much Nintendo as it is.
Oh, it's Nintendo, right?
Well, it's also iOS. Like apparently all iOS things are like that. If you buy the game,
you can't share.
You can share the game if you buy the game,
but you can't share the unlocked stuff.
Any in-game purchases you can't share.
iOS, eh? Oh.
But I'm pretty sure
we've had a long talk about this, haven't we?
I'm pretty sure Google would be the same in-app purchases. I gotta look it up.
I would think so. They're making a lot of money with it. But, if there's anything that Apple wants to do to piss more people off, that'll be it.
I guess it's more to do with the developers wanting to...
No, it's Apple.
make...
Steve Jobs is rolling in his rich, gold-covered grave right now.
I mean, I guess the developers have to make money somehow. And that's the way of doing it.
Well, let's not kid ourselves here. They're still making a ton of money, even if they're not doing that. You got the in-game ads all the time.
Yeah.
You can pay for a free version without the ads, so you're getting adless games, but then you're paying a big amount just to get rid of them.
I do that once in a while if I can't.
If the game is good.
If the game is really good, I'll spend the whatever $2, get rid of the ads.
See, I'm a cheap miser. I have never spent money on any mobile game. I know people who go far down the rabbit hole with those things like Clash of Clans or whatever, and they spend $30 on gems or any kind of game like that where you, instead of grinding, you just spend $20 and you're 10 levels above now.
Yeah, and it's not even mobile games now. It's full-fledged AAA titles.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which is really really annoying. I really want to buy Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh yeah.
And I still want to get it. It's just
there's violence in that game, right?
What?
Yeah, I'm surprised with you.
But you have to pay. I mean, it takes forever to unlock things in that game, apparently. And you have to pay. I mean, it's just easier to pay if you want right now for certain things. I don't know. That just seems to be the trend, and I don't like it.
Wasn't it the same with the Star Wars Battlefront 2, I think it was? You could unlock main characters by spending 60 hours and plus grinding, or you could just flat out buy them for another $60.
Right.
And yeah, I'm the same with you. I hate that. I find that when you grind stuff, that makes you like the game more, kind of, because you're doing towards a goal in mind. And once you get that goal, albeit if it's crappy, you've wasted 60 hours of your life, but you find that sense of achievement when you actually get to the end.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I loved Skyrim. You couldn't buy anything in that, and that whole game was basically grinding. Mm-hmm. But there were people who did find cheats and ways to cheat that.
The first time I encountered something like this was, I think it was Forza 3 or Forza 4, where it shows all the cars that you... I mean, I just bought the game. I just popped it in the Xbox, and it showed everything, right? But then
Xbox 2 or...
No, Xbox 360.
The original?
360.
Oh, okay.
So you pop the game in, you look at the cars, and there's some that are grayed out. And it's you must purchase the DLC or something.
Oh, really?
And I'm thinking, I just bought the game.
Yeah.
Why is this even grayed out? It's in the game. It's obviously in the game before they shipped it.
One of the major companies that does that now, which I actually am a fan of their games, the Paradox, they release a base game, and then every 4 or 5 months they'll release this massive DLC update for it. But of course, you'll have to pay $20 for it.
Yeah.
And it'll be a third of the actual game price, but then it adds a heck of a lot of flavor to the game. But everyone who always comments on these DLCs are this would have been better in the original game, or the original game would have been better had you released that, and people get turned off by constantly paying for that.
Yeah.
I understand it. It's a business model, and by the looks of them, they're not hurting for cash because they're doing real well with that stuff, because they got the diehard fans that really will pay anything for it.
Wasn't EA in the Guinness World Records of most downvoted
Yes.
Reddit, something.
It was like
Somebody with
the
Star
most
Wars.
disliked video on YouTube as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It wasn't the Star Wars one though. It was the Call of Duty, that new one, that space one or whatever. Well, new at the time. It showed the trailer for it, and it was like the most disliked video on YouTube because
Really?
it got like 3 million dislikes and only like 1,000 likes. But that's Call of Duty in a nutshell.
Yeah. Same old, same
I
old.
loved Call of Duty when it first came out. Like, I'm
Modern
talking.
Warfare.
No, I'm talking before that. They had Call of Duty 2 or 3, one of those two. When you would just play, they had different classes. It was still World War II oriented, and you could play as like a medic or engineer.
Right.
And the first guy I would always pick would be the anti-tank guy, because okay, this is like one of my all-time favorite moments in video gaming history. I would play as a German soldier holding a Panzerschreck, which is the big tube anti-tank bazooka basically thing. And no one knew at the time when you played that game, but if you meleeed someone holding that Panzerschreck, it was an instant kill. So I would just hide in bushes, like just camping as much as you could possibly camp before it was cool. This was probably like, I don't know, 2005, 2006. Anyways, just camping in a bush with a Panzerschreck. People would walk by, I'd run out of the bush and just whack them with the Panzerschreck, and their body would just go flying across the map, because I don't even think the game was meant to handle this kind of thing. And then I would just go right back to the bush. And I would, like the first time I did, I just started laughing because I'd never seen that happen. No one's ever done it before. And then, yes, I was the first one to do that.
This was on like the original Xbox?
Yeah. Like the very first one. I was playing with my brother-in-law at the time. So he's witness to this. After the game, they called me the Panzerschreck rapist because I just hid in bushes. I think I got 20-some kills just meleeing people, and I was top of the leaderboard in that game. But that was my favorite moment of all time. That'll be for like forever stick with me. You have any moments that you just absolutely love?
I don't remember any.
I actually have another one that you and I did, which shames me because you can't seem to remember it, which was like one of the best moments of my life too. Video game wise.
Was it Grand Theft Auto related?
It was.
Oh, what was
Grand
it?
Theft Auto 5. Before it came out for PC. You and I were playing on the PS3.
Is that when we pull up in our police cars?
Yeah.
Well, we both had 5 stars or something, 4 stars.
Yeah, we started across the map from each other, and we're like, let's get together. But you know how I'm a terrible driver, and I guess you just went on a killing spree. I'm hitting everything on the way there to get to you. You're shooting everything on the way to get to me. And by the time we met up with each other, we both had 5 stars. And we're like, let's get together. So we pull up in the same street, followed by all this massive helicopters, army men and everything, police cars. We get out both of our cars simultaneously, run to each other's cars, get in, and then drive off our own separate ways. Like, we didn't even stop, communicate to get to each other's cars. We just
swapped cars.
We swapped cars and drove off.
Yeah, that was funny.
And then for like a half an hour, just couldn't stop laughing because we were like, weren't we supposed to get together?
It was a big waste of time. Hey, let's just meet up and do something together.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we counted on all that police presence when we were supposed to meet up.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
But that was a good time, yeah. GTA has brought a lot of value for a lot of bang for its buck there. That's another game where you can, in-game purchases through the roof, you can buy all the fancy clothes and all that stuff.
Do you remember when Xbox Live first came out?
Yeah.
That just shows our age. But like, I remember...
I was a toddler. I don't know what you're talking
It came with MotoGP demo or something.
Oh, okay.
That was part of it. You get the headset and you get that demo. And I remember just playing that till like 4 a.m, just talking to people like, this is so cool, we're playing together. It was like, nobody could believe like this was happening. It was like...
Yeah. Way back when you had to pay $5 a month, was it? It was, and then you get like this $60 for the year, you get the gold pass or something like that.
Yeah.
I remember that, and that's why you guys made me switch from Xbox to PS3, PS2? One of the two, I can't remember.
PS3, yeah. Oh yeah, we kept.
Yeah, you
convincing
guys
him.
were trying to convince me because you all made the swap before, and I was still using the Xbox.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, all these bad things, and I feel super bad because I sold that Xbox the day it got red ringed.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like I sold it to the guy, and then he like played it all night, and it was fine. And then the next day he messages me and he's like, "Hey, were you having any trouble with this? Because like I got those red rings," and I was like, "Oh crap!"
Welcome to Microsoft.
Yeah, I felt so bad. But then again, like you played it all night, man. That's probably your fault.
You probably had it in like a closed cabinet.
I don't know what he did,
There's
but
no
yeah,
ventilation.
it happens. And with that money, I bought a PlayStation, and I never had problems with it. So yeah, that was great. Nintendo was the one that first started. I love Nintendo.
We all started with NES or Super
Yeah,
NES.
from the original. I think that's what started my love affair with gaming.
And then I went to 64, and then I swapped over to PlayStation, and it just went different direction from there.
Yeah.
I didn't buy a Nintendo system until the Wii U came out.
Until you had kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Until I had kids.
So I had the 64 as well, and then I swapped to the Xbox, to the PlayStation, and then I went to the back to Nintendo again because I have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Now I have a Switch that's my own, and I love it.
Yeah.
Best console ever.
You got the new one, right? The light?
The light, I like it.
How is it? Is it actually light?
It's lighter, it's smaller,
Battery life lasts
battery
longer?
life. I haven't noticed yet. I haven't gone through a full charge. For a
So
cycle.
we are reviewing the Nintendo Switch Lite. If Nintendo would like to send us a couple copies of their latest version, that'd be great.
No, it's a great system. I mean, I have the original. My son has the original one as well. I'm selling mine for the light one. I got the light one already. But yeah, I mean, I wish I could dock it, hook it up to the TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only negative I could.
Wait, you can't do that with the light?
You can't. Nintendo's making it like a handheld only.
Oh,
So-
I see. I just assumed it was everything the regular one had.
So it's not even a Switch. You can't switch it.
Ah,
It's
so
a
they named it wrong. It's a Nintendo Lite,
Nintendo.
handheld light.
Yeah, it's like a, I don't know.
Did you ever have Game Boy?
No,
No.
no.
I remember rocking the old bulky one, and then I got the Game Boy Color, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever because it had color. I did the old typical thing where you take it on the road, and then when you would drive home with your family, it would be nighttime, so you could only play your game based on the street lights that drove
Oh,
by.
really?
You drove by, yeah. And then they finally came out with the attachment where you could plug it into the side where it had a light, so you could constantly play.
That's old school.
Yeah, that is old school. Now all the screens are automatically lit.
Did you ever play Link's Awakening for Game Boy?
No. I never, full disclosure, I never played any Zelda games.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I just never was a fan.
Because there's that new one, Link's Awakening, the remake of a remake. And I want it. At the same time, it's not, I don't think it's worth.
That's the
Full
one on the
price.
Switch?
Yeah.
Is that the one that I won with my Switch?
No. That was Breath of the Wild. That's totally different.
Oh, okay.
It's another. It's
There's a second one for the Switch
there's
already?
there's one that just came out. It's called Link's Awakening. It's like an old Game Boy game,
Oh,
a
okay.
remake, and it's all like 3D and cutesy. And I do want to play it. It's not worth the full price. I don't think. Just because
How much is it right now?
60 US is it?
Oh, okay. Because we're in America.
But
Just
it's
want to make that clear.
but it's like
Actually, we're in Portugal right now, but that's besides the point.
it's nothing new. Like it's visually enhanced, but it's not a new game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I want to spend like a full price for a game that's like, well, I can get something else for $60.
Yeah.
You know, a better experience, probably.
Yeah, that's true.
But I've never played the game, and my worry is, well, this is like a 1993 game, so is it gonna feel like an old game? Like, is the writing gonna be 1993?
That's the problem. Like, you're becoming more of a dad when you're looking more and more at the cost of these games. And you're like,
They add up.
well, when I was this years old, it used to only be half that price.
I've rarely bought a full price game. I've always bought
Yeah,
used.
on sale.
I think the only ones I've bought full price were like gifts for my son,
Mm.
just because like they're out and
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
He needs
you're
something.
using his money or his birthday money anyway, so like screw it.
Yeah.
You don't need a deal. Someone else gave him the money. So when it doesn't use all the money he got, you just pocket the rest. Buy yourself something nice.
There you go.
Buy yourself a cheap game. They're trying to reinvent old game Pac-Man. You constantly get the
They've always
Mario
been
one. I know it's. Do you like that kind of stuff? Like, have you ever played an older game? Does it bring back nostalgia for you at all, or is it just like something you'll probably play once and like not care too much for it?
Well, some game like for the Super Nintendo, Link to the Past. That Zelda game, I can finish it and wait a few years and play it again.
Mm-hmm.
That game's just a really good game, and that's partly why I want to play the new Zelda, because it's along those lines, but different story. Like
Yeah.
it's not like canon almost. It's not like a canon part of the Zelda Zelda universe. Other games, I don't know. I've tried playing older games, and it's just like, no, can't get into this anymore.
Like the original older games, or
yeah, like for example, if I started playing like Castlevania again, I'll be like, I remember this, and be like, okay, I'm done. Like I remember how to do this, but I don't want to play it now.
Yeah.
Like I want to play other games.
What is it? The new Switch, they have like a whole bunch of retro games. There's like a pack you can get like 20 original Nintendo games or whatever, like Metroid and Super Mario and all that stuff.
You talking about Switch Online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
They have a Super Nintendo for that as well now.
Would you buy that just to like show your kid like, hey, these are the graphics I grew up with?
Well, he's seen it. He's like, we've had that mini Super Nintendo thing.
Oh yeah, you actually still have? Oh no, you have a different one, right?
We won Super Nintendo Mini. I won it in a contest. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
We won this at a contest. Played it a little bit, and I showed my kid like, this is what I used to play. This is what I grew up on. And then like we both kind of like got bored of it.
Yeah.
We sold it.
Oh yeah.
We won a mini Sega thing.
Oh nice.
But
Jeez,
it was
I gotta go to these contests.
It was garbage.
Oh yeah,
It was absolute garbage.
Why was it?
The controllers were like
Plastic.
RF. You had to like actually point the controller at the console. If you pointed it the wrong way, you couldn't input anything. Like,
ugh. Yeah, that would drive me nuts.
Like I was really excited for this because I never had a Sega when I was a kid.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't know any games.
My cousin had a Sega, and man, did I play the crap out of Mortal Kombat and surprisingly enough, FIFA '94 or something like that.
Did not like it at all.
I actually went and bought one of those Chinese knockoffs. It's called a FC Twin, and you could play like, it's got a dual slot, so you can stick regular Nintendo games and Super Nintendo games in there, and it works pretty well. Like it's just like essentially combining your Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Now it's just emulation. You could just
and that's the easy part. You could just
play it on your computer.
Instantly buy anything you want. Or you don't even need to buy it. Just download it, right?
Yeah.
That's not telling people out there to go download games.
We all do it.
Well, you got a question today?
I do. I'm always on the hunt for a good RPG. I like role-playing games. I like Skyrim. I like Dragon Age, those kind of things. You have to build your character the way you want it, right? You get attributes and you level up certain skills. If you could level up any skill to give to yourself, say like strength, intelligence, charisma, endurance, anything.
Oh, I got a lot of that. Sit here and talk to you for hours on end. I got a ton of endurance.
Which attribute would you just max out for yourself?
For myself, it would definitely have to be charisma.
You're saying you don't have any, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I know. I have zero charisma. People everywhere I go hate me. It's weird. I don't understand why. Bunch of jerks out there, but yeah, no, I would definitely use charisma because, I could just be a total dick to everybody, but they'd still like me.
And then talk your way out of it.
Yeah, exactly. It would definitely be charisma. Like, I'm already strong enough, I don't need to be super... Like, how strong are we talking here? Like, if you max things out, what is the scale here?
You're talking about, like, strongman competition strong.
Okay, but I'm not like the Hulk, strongest man in the world kind of thing. No. I'm just like, okay, so I can compete in these contests, and I can do spelling bees if I have intelligence, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I could probably be like a scientist. No, that doesn't have the same appeal as being able to like flatter the Queen of England and then like bed her after. Usurp myself into a kingship. Yeah, you could do anything. You could do anything you wanted to with charisma, pretty much.
You'd be really good at bartering.
I could talk myself into a strongman competition, not do very well, but then talk myself maybe into first place somehow.
Yeah, you could maybe trade something for your for the trophy.
Barter, yeah. Well, Khajiit, right?
Khajiit has wares.
Between all of those, charisma, I think, would be the most fun for me. How about you?
I'd just go with luck.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just play the lotto.
That would be interesting.
Level 10 luck, just buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I guess so. You'd still have like very low chance of winning, I guess, but like slightly higher than
Slightly
everyone
higher.
else.
I could less chance of just randomly getting hit by a car crossing the street. Just luck.
Well, you could talk yourself out of getting hit by a car with charisma. You would have, let's say, a 10% higher chance of getting things done, maybe? Because, I don't know, luck wouldn't be like... It wouldn't give you like a 50% chance.
It would just
of
be like
everything.
random, like lucky on something, right?
Yeah, but
I could win
I
more.
want to know the number.
I could win more prizes.
You already have some sort of luck machine.
Well, it's not me
working
that puts
around
in for these prizes. It's the wife. She pays for the tickets, and
Wife pays for all your stuff. Eh?
I wish.
My wife pays for all my stuff. And she's got my luck. Actually, I used to be super lucky before I met my wife. I used to win prizes all the time. And then I got engaged and married, and all my luck went out the window. I tell my wife, I tell her all the time that she wasted my luck, and she says, classically, "You're so lucky you ended up with me."
Aww.
Yeah, I know, I hate it. I'd rather have my luck back.
So I was never lucky in these kind of things. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't win things. I wouldn't win contests or prizes. Mm-hmm. Now that I'm with her, it's like she wins it, and it's like, oh, it's mine. It's mine too.
Does she ever do the, no, it's, I put the money in for that.
No.
I find people who have relationships like that, you know, those are the ones that don't last very long.
Yeah.
I put the money in for that. Sorry, it's actually mine.
I thought that was a mouse outside our window, but I guess it was just a leaf
It is fall.
in Lisbon. Batatas com peixe. That's all you need to know.
What?
Potatoes and fish.
You've been here too long.
I grew up with a bunch of Portuguese guys.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I learned some bad stuff too.
Well, that's
I'm not
good.
going to swear in Portugal.
Why not? Well, you just get us flagged in Portugal, which is like, what, one person
Vafada.
that actually has internet in Portugal?
I just told you to F off.
It sounds like you're just ordering waffles.
Yeah.
Waffle, dude. Yeah, okay, let's go with my question now. If you could live in any video game that you've ever played or ever wanted to play, which video game would you live in? Like, you would be so-and-so character in this video game.
Can you bring up a list of adult video games?
They got that KFC Colonel Sanders
I
dating
saw-
simulator.
What is that? I saw something about that.
It's a dating simulator. You know those typical anime dating
Yeah.
simulator games out there? It's just that, but with like Colonel Sanders as like a character. You can like date him if you really felt the need to.
That's weird.
In Japan,
Finger looking
he's-
good.
In Japan, he's like a god over there. So yeah, no bad stuff about the Colonel.
That's weird.
He's
That's crazy. We should go to Japan.
he's like super awesome. I think we should. If people started viewing more, we could go.
Which world would I live in? What character would I be?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So you could do like a Mario one. You could pick your character from that, or you could do like a Skyrim one. You could do a character from that GTA. You know, all that kind of stuff.
I feel like I haven't played enough games to know this.
The games are endless.
They are.
Like, is there any like time
There's
period?
gonna be a
here?
big pause here that you're gonna have to edit out because I gotta think about this.
Well, that's fine. I'll just fill this with my lovely voice. Hello, all out there. I'm Hobbs, and I'm just going to talk to you while Bob thinks. Do 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 do.
Waiting for
Gonna
that.
distract him. While you're thinking, I'm just gonna vamp a bit about Red Dead Redemption 2 has been announced for PC.
Oh,
I'm super excited for
when is
that. November 5th.
time for my birthday.
by the time this comes out, it may be in time for that.
I'll wait for a Steam sale. I can't afford it.
Really? I think I'm just gonna flat out buy it. Well, it is your birthday coming up. Maybe
I'm still waiting for
a tooth fairy will come and give you something. If I knock out all your teeth, you will get. I could give you that.
Still waiting for Cyberpunk. I'm gonna play that more so than Red Dead.
You have to be careful with Cyberpunk. I heard some like not so great things about it.
Really? Oh, yeah. Like for reviews.
Like the trailers were like really good, right? The first one that came out that everyone saw was like, "Oh, this is amazing," right? Mm-hmm. And then people started seeing more of the game, and they're like, "Okay, it just seems like that trailer was really good, and the rest of the actual game is so." I'm not gonna say it's terrible. I'm not gonna crap all over the game before it even comes out or anything, but I'm just saying based on what I heard.
Yeah, isn't it made by the same people who made Witcher 3?
It's that Red something company.
I could be mistaken, but I think it's a good team behind it.
Let me just not Google this really quickly. Ignore all this typing. Yeah, that's right. I unplugged my keyboard.
Oh.
Well, I got a phone. I can always do that.
I was like, I wouldn't want to live in a Mario.
Why not?
Mario Land or Mushroom Kingdom. It's just weird there, man.
You could always eat some mushrooms. It would make it even weirder. Yeah, it's from the same creators. CD Projekt Red, that's what it is.
Witcher 3 is supposed to be like one of the greatest RPGs out there. And I just never got into it. I never tried it. Never bought it. It's coming out for the Switch.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't want to play it on Switch.
I think your computer would be a lot better choice.
You could put something like that on a bigger screen. And I still can't think of a world I'd want to be in other than an adult game. This is my character. I'm lying down here doing my thing.
So you would pick an adult dating simulator kind of game?
No.
Or just an adult straight up 3D sex game?
I have no idea.
You have no idea? You just told me.
I feel like that's like the easy answer.
That's the easy answer. My mind surprisingly never went there.
I can't think of any world that I'd want to be in. I'm trying to think of something that, like, oh geez, I don't want to die. Like,
okay. Well, I'll tell you. Well, let's be honest. You can die anywhere in real life.
Yeah, I know, but you don't have to worry about
one life, really.
I'm not worried about dragons right now.
Okay. Well, so maybe you're thinking maybe Mario is the world for you because you can get 1-ups. You can get more than one life. I don't know. Because when I put this question together, I thought of the answer I would choose, and I picked Skyrim because I thought it would be really fun. I really enjoyed the game. I like that kind of timeline. Not so much the dragons and all that crap, or like more fantasy kind of stuff. I do like the medieval stuff, but man, Khajiit are sexy.
Are we talking modded Skyrim?
Oh, I saw you play that one time.
Where we remove the underwear, the loincloth?
The naked mod. I remember just walking into the room and I saw your character naked running around. I was like, is this really what you're playing about?
Sure is.
Don't understand the logic behind it until you got into like a town and everyone was naked, and I was like, okay, now I understand the logic.
I go for the realism. Nothing under those.
The realism. People usually wear loincloths at least to hide their modesty. Wow, we are learning a lot about you today. You and video games specifically.
Hey, I don't own Shower with My Dad simulator. That's in Hobbs' library, by the way.
That's in there. And if you look at my record, I only played 10 minutes of it. It was a great 10 minutes, not gonna lie. But you bought that for me. So, speaking of that, I think I was telling you one of the categories in my Steam library was games that use genitals for jousting. And the game was called Genital Jousting. And I was like, why is this a category? Is there other games that have this?
You gotta click on the category, see what else there is.
I should have, but I got really excited. I added genital jousting to my wish list, so when that goes on sale, cha-ching. But that actually looks like a fun game. A lot of phallic-related items in there. Did you come up with an answer yet?
No.
Well, what games have you played? Like,
Lately?
anything.
Just Switch games. Just, Hollow
What
Knight.
about, like, Stardew Valley? You like that one? Would you like to live in a farm related? Okay, nobody wants to live in that. Farming simulator. You ever play any of those?
No.
No?
Closest thing would be Stardew.
Those actually look like fun to me.
Really?
Yeah. Well, you said your son really liked the farming aspect of that game, right?
Well, no, he said he wanted to be a farmer.
Oh, yeah. So you should...
So I bought him Stardew Valley.
Okay.
And he played it for a bit, but
He wasn't too...
it wasn't too crazy for it.
You should check out Farming Simulator. Let him check out one of those, and then he can see, like, there's, like, different aspects to farming. It's not just, like, planting.
Yeah.
You can farm cows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to weird you out.
Well, we're still waiting for your answer on the question I've asked you here.
I still don't know what
This
it is.
I'm starting to borderline. I gave you a good one. I lobbed you a softball.
I even thought of Skyrim. I was like, would I want to live in Skyrim? No.
I lobbed you this softball. Usually my questions have these terrible consequences to them. I even thought of putting some in. One was going to be, and you have to date a character in that game to be your wife kind of thing. So I was kind of hoping you'd go with like a Mario one or something like
I'll go with Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
There, one of my favorite gaming franchises.
And you're worried about dying?
Because
you talk about Mass Effect?
You put Skyrim out there, I'll put Mass Effect.
Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah.
I could live peacefully in Mass Effect.
You could.
Until I get destroyed by...
yeah, some random explosion in a room.
I mean, it's relatable enough. I like the future. People there look good. For the most part.
People there look realistic.
I would like... That's one game I would like for Switch is NHL.
Yeah?
They don't have it. They just have FIFA and basketball.
I don't like the buttons in all the games. Like, I used to like it when just square was pass or circle was shoot and triangle was hit. And now they've added the...
Is it all thumbsticks now?
Yeah, you can choose the direction of your shot and you have to like press the L1 button over here to like do this fancy move, or you have to press this to pin someone up against the boards. No, I just want to hit them and shoot the puck. That's all I want to do. That's too many buttons and makes too many problems for Hobbs. Hobbs does like to push buttons.
Yeah, that's the one sports game I do want to play on the go.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not enough market, I guess, for them to make one for the Switch.
Yeah, not on the Switch. Nintendo was rarely, unless they made a Mario version out of it.
Yeah.
And even then, I think Mario, soccer, tennis, and golf might be the only ones that make good money for them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're all big in Japan, right?
Yeah, and that's
big in
why.
Japan.
Baseball as well, yeah.
Basketball and soccer are big everywhere, pretty much. For
Basketball?
The most part. Basketball is... I mean, in
I
Asia...
don't think so.
In Asia, basketball is pretty big.
Is it?
Yeah. Like Philippines, China.
You know why it's big in Philippines, right? Because they were used to be an American colony.
Yeah.
That's why. Basketball is not that popular in China until Yao Ming got there. Did you know how Yao Ming's parents met?
No.
They were the two tallest people in China, and they made them marry. And I think one was like a rocket scientist, and one was like I can't remember, but they were both like really good, smart people, like really good jobs. And then they had a baby, and it was Yao Ming. That's like a legit story too.
That's
like
crazy.
they just made them marry because they were super tall. And that's Hobbs's anecdote for this show. I hear some sort of siren going off saying we should leave.
Oh, is that hurricane coming?
Yeah. I can't even remember what's goodbye. Adios.
That's Spanish.
Adios.